What is up, everyone? Wow, a lot to talk, probably go over. I apologize. I haven't been making any individual videos for a while since the new year. Just been trying to, just been busy, kind of just building relationships, doing things going on. I want to make it. I want to make this program, this platform, something people can enjoy, laugh, just learn from. So that's why I've been kind of not on since the new year as much. I don't want to just come on here for an hour a day, each and every day, kind of saying the similar things, doing, you know, just keep speaking, reiterating the same thing over and over. I want to bring on great people. I want to have just everyday people who are dealing with the facts, with the common sense, who can see what is really going on. So you can hear different voices, instead of mine, because it's about all of us. It's about, this is, like I always said, this is a spiritual war, good versus evil. It's about all of us. It's about doing the right thing. It's about serving God, his principle, because everything comes from God, not government. Now, this is in our United States Constitution as well. And that is what the United States Constitution does. It protects those rights that God gave us by God, by sending Jesus, his only begotten son, Jesus Christ, on the cross. And he took all these beatings for doing nothing wrong. So listen to that right there. Doesn't that kind of sound like what we're going through in this world today? Maybe not the physical like Jesus. Now, I'm not trying to compare any of us to Jesus for all the people out there. I'm using the same scenario, not the person, because there'll never be another Jesus Christ. He's the one and only. That is the only way to God, is by the way of Jesus Christ, knowing that he sacrificed himself on the cross for all of our sins. And then he conquered death in the grave 3 days later. Now that is John 3:16 right there. And my opening of a music is from a guy named Stone Cold Steve Austin, who is Austin 3:16, who we kind of got that same. That's kind of where he got it from. But this journey is about sacrifice. What are we willing to sacrifice? I was just blessed to be part of this trucker convoy. So I was on the way to Texas in the trucker convoy. Got to hang out for a couple of days. I ended up having to ditch out, unfortunately. Get home. My dog got hurt, so I've been kind of taking care of her, nursing her. My aunt had hip surgery. God bless you, Aunt Arlene. I hope to God pray for speedy recovery. And it's costly too. And we're all dealing with the economy and stuff. But it was a great journey. Great to be a part of. I pray that it all goes well for them. They're standing on the principles of this foundation. They won't be able to go to the actual border because they were told by I believe it was Border Patrol or sheriffs in that area that they weren't pretty much welcome there. So, but that border is chaos. I have some people that are on it in Dripping Springs. It's infiltration, man. This is an invasion. This is a war, act of war crimes. For those of you who don't know, we are in war. This is war. Everything that you might not have a gun or a weapon, but it's a war on everything that this country was founded on. Everything this principled country was founded on, or Judeo-Christian principles, right and wrong, good versus evil. Keeping the family home unit, man, woman, husband, wife, children. The attack on our children, attack on relationships, small business owners, local communities, grassroots. That's where the grassroots is. It starts with the everyday people who just go to work, do their thing, want to be left alone, want to just be able to take care of their family and their communities, have a good time, live life, live. But God gave us more than just that. That is the principle. That's the foundation of it. But it's about freedom. It's about enjoying that time. Keep building family. We're given enough to not have to be slaves to a corporation, to a government, to anything. Uh, for those of you who called me every name in the book, who called people like us who believed in not taking that bio weapon, it's because we care about you, and we we will continue to care. And where we have to, the people like us, we have to learn grace right now. We have to understand grace, because Jesus gives us grace. The ones that us, me, like people like me, Jesus gave me grace. So I have to have grace with everybody that attacked like me individually, as far as not doing the right thing. And they were about their agenda, they're about their feelings, they're about whoever it might have been, their evil ways, and they didn't want to. And if they turn over a new leaf and ask for forgiveness and understanding, that's where our grace comes in. But we can't back down from the evil demonic. We have to hold them accountable. It is the duty of us to hold them accountable. We need people with balls, like President Trump. We need people with balls, just like with other people I know. World War II veterans, Vietnam veterans, men like that who have balls, man, to walk into the situation and know that it could be over just like that. We have to stand our ground as well. We cannot be silent. I was blessed to be on this trip because you get to talk to so many different people. The silent majority is so huge. It is the majority. Y'all got to stop being silent though. So this is what I want to dive into a little. You know, I you know, I, it was a real blessing to build these relationships these last few days, being on the convoy, just being able to talk to more people, get outside of my county and out of my state, because you know, and it's a bunch of patriots just coming from different states and different areas who love this country, who are God fearing, believe in God, who, who we know we're all sinners, and God's given us grace. We've all made mistakes, and it's just people who really love God and love this republic, and who've been politically persecuted, who are just trying to reunite people. It's about coming together. It really is. It's about the grassroots movement, the community, but a community as a whole, as a republic, because it's people who believe, we all believe. I mean, I shouldn't say we believe in the principled foundations. Obviously, there's going to be maybe disagreements to wherever, but you're a family. That's your brother. That's your sister, because we're all the blood of Christ, man. So it all is a lineage. It's all and what we're facing hates that. It's the opposite of that. And you got to understand that this fight, and I don't mean fist fight or weapons. I just mean it all, this fight in general, in principle of everything. It's the battle. Like the one thing I believe about the communist person pretending to be, you know what? He says it's the battle of the soul of the nation. This is the battle of the soul of the world, of us, the human race, the human population, the men and women created by God in his image. That is what they're trying to wipe out. That is what they want to get rid of. That is what they hate. That is the blood of Christ. That is all of us. Whether you're a believer in Jesus or not, you are that. And that's what it's about, man. It's not about the religious crap. Because to me, I know this triggers people, but I think religion is more of a cult, more of a evil demonic created by by the devil, basically demons. Because Jesus is the Spirit. It always talks about the Holy Spirit, even in the Bible. And that's where we all are and need to live. Like me, it's about killing the flesh, living more in the Spirit. And I still screw up. I mean, I'm a jabron, but God took away a lot more of the jabroniness of me, and I do live more spiritually. And it's been a journey, man. It's I've left so many times, not left, like you never stop believing, but you don't really surrender. You didn't surrender just everything to Him. And but that's why God gives us free will to make those decisions, and we have to live with those, and whatever we get or don't get, that's it wasn't meant to be for a reason. And I think God protected me. I'll use me as an example. I believe God protected me from maybe, even though I was talented, I guess, from and maybe I developed late too. Maybe it all was for a reason, because maybe I would have never always kept the blood of all of Jesus in my assist, in there, and I could have been corrupted because I was in such corrupt, evil, demonic, um, I guess dream, like career, like I pursued the Hollywood dream. I was in it for 20 years, pursued trying to be a professional athlete, and I'm not saying that's corrupt or anything, but it all is in a way. It all comes down to money, control, and power. That is the 7 deadly sins. The root of all evil is the love of money, greed. And so, yeah, the demonic, the evil is. It's just, it's so sick. It's so, it really is hard to get your mind, the stuff you see, like I've seen the Hunter Biden laptop through Jack Maxey, who's a whistleblower who has one of the hard drives. I was blessed to see him through the Tampa Bay Young Republican, and through a friend of mine named Maria Zach. She had a conference as well, and he wasn't there physically that time, but and then there's been just other different avenues that I've seen things, and just the children. What happened? What is sick? How the sickness. It's about going after God's children, and you heard that recently. God, in a movie named Sound of Freedom by Angel Studios, God's children are not for sale. Yeah, I'm not looking to go into the different things of that movie. But people watch it. You need to watch it. It doesn't go into details anyway. It's safe. You probably would. I not that I have kids, so you can't take my opinion for it. But my opinion is, if you have teenagers, I think they should go see it. This is the one way to kind of let them see, not without seeing it really, because they don't show anything. It's more. It's I would say very PG is how I'd relate it. In that human trafficking area department of it, because it just shows where he's got to go, and it really doesn't even get down to really anything that is really. I mean, these are people in control of our governments and our corporations and high-powered CEOs. Excuse me, that are having sex with young girls in Hollywood, Petalwood, who are torturing children. Like, there's adrenochrome, whether you want to open your eyes to it or not. There's this, and there's a transhuman thing going on. I know I just probably blew your mind. I just lost people. They're like, okay, this guy's a nut job. One of those QAnon conspiracy theorists. I still don't know what a Q is. I get somebody will ask. I've been asked on the campaign trail and some Media Matters jabroni, even they did like a big QAnon congressional list uh, during 2022, like who support President Trump and stuff. I was on that list. It's funny, but anyway, everything they said, I was like, well, that's how's that QAnon? That's actually because they talked about human trafficking, I stole an election, New World Order. This is what's going on. It's the own nothing, be happy, you know, control power. Just suck off the teat a little bit. You get a little bit of this, and go do whatever, peasant. Just leave us alone. Just let us keep controlling the world. Keep doing this and that. We'll kill you slowly but surely. Wipe you out. Create all these robots or these transhumans, which is transgender. That's why they try to say they're. That's why dudes are trying to say they're females, and females are trying to want to be dudes. And remember, men have penises, girls have vaginas. Only women can have babies. So I don't, and I'm talking born female, vagina, ovaries, the different chromosome XY. Yeah. I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's what it is. Reading the Bible. It's pretty simple. Male, female. No. What about the the what is it called? Hepaphilia? One of those, the people that might be born with both parts, which is very rare. But although they are science. They're trying to depopulation. Create robots and AI and non-humans to kind of rule. Because, believe it or not, this earth, God created this earth with everything we need to survive for probably forever. This could have been, but humans, we destroy everything, and that's what we do. Just destroy the earth. And no, I'm not talking climate change, y'all people, Jabron. That's the biggest depopulation agenda of them all. Take oil, gas, food, water away from you, poison it. How are you gonna live? You think a battery's gonna keep you? And what are you gonna do with that battery? And then how much is that battery? Hello. Get some land somewhere. Put on some chickens, some goats, maybe cows if you can, and some bulls. Grow crops. I have a little small community farm. Well, I had till my damn government forced me to. Anyway, had to get rid of my chickens, bastards. Because they have to have control. You can't grow your own food and feed people. But anyway, let's not get sidetracked, Brian. Standpoint. Hello. Anyway, because start doing like community trading. Yeah, you grow this and you grow this, and just start sharing again. Build that relationship, because we were created to have relationship. A lot of veterans. It used to be 22. I bet since the scandemic and when they started locking people down back in 2020, I definitely believe it was doubled. And the guys, YG and oh my goodness, I'm blanking on his name. I apologize. He was on the Enterprise as well, and he was a J6er. He was speaking there too with YG. Oh man, please forgive me, brother. I'm blunt. I haven't slept much. I was on the envoy, or the trucker convoy. Excuse me. Whew, I haven't slept, so it's my brains feel like Joe Biden at times. So forgive me, but so that's why this is where it's all getting made. The people that you met on this trip. People that just love this republic. They love God. Not everybody loved God. There's people that rebuked it. You mentioned God, Jesus, and they freak out. Oh, I'm not trying to. But people that say prayer for you, they say you want to just thank them, and then they say whatever you believe, whatever you believe, but you don't have to be offended by people thinking people for. And then when you say something incorrect and they correct you, you know, Jesus is spiritual. Jesus is not religious. So um, there's a big difference. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. I guess I got to see a great Bass Pro Shop. Man, that was cool. My poor little doggy got hurt, and so I wanted to get back here and kind of just let her rest. It was tough for, she likes to take up a lot of the room in the truck, so it's tough to sometimes get comfortable when you have some downtime to maybe get a little cat nap in. So I didn't really sleep, but I had a lot. It was cool, and that border's chaos. I got to keep in touch. There's some people still on it, and they're over in the Springs part of it. Oh man, and they said they got one of the last hotels. They're kicking people. They're like getting them to illegal immigrants, and the border is just it really is chaotic. There's terrorists that are here. I don't want to say these things because I don't want people to get scared. Like, I don't want anybody living. Only fear the Lord, Um, and just keep all you got to do is just enjoy life, live in the moment, keep aware of your surroundings, make sure um, there's no evil lurking, and God's got you. God will protect you. Put on the full armor of God, and God will take care of the rest. But still, be smart. You get the chance to make decisions, and people have the free will to do things. So you still at least want to be. You don't want to be or be looking in your phone. Get out of your phones. Get rid of that technology, man. You think that phone loves you? No, the people you with are the ones that love you. So why not enjoy being while you have them here? Like, see, so I say all my family, pretty much the ones I hang out with. Yeah, other than my two aunts, but and my cousins. I thank the Lord for all them. I love them, man. But yeah, my family's dead. So, and it's been that way for a long time. So when you do these, like, I'm not a big holiday fan. Like, Christmas is a joke. It's like a pagan holiday. It's not even Jesus Christ's birthday. So I don't, but here in Florida, I was born and raised here. I have family that's not blood, but I'm so grateful for them. They have me over for Christmas, and I love it, man. I love that. What I love about it is that's the family principles, like the family foundation of the American dream, like the American family, and just the family's together, they're bonded, they all get together, you know, they go out, do the right thing, and they believe in helping others when they can, and and that's the way I was raised. But that's what it's about. It's about having a family. And Lord willing, one day, Lord, please, Lord, I do, Lord, I pray for a future wife, and I do want children, and I hope that God, it happens one day. May His will be done. I surrender all that to Him. But anyway, yeah, like that. That's what it's about: is the family unit, the friendships, the community building, and in order to protect that and save that and have that. And if you don't want it, then whatever. Probably just lay down and roll over and stick your ass up. That is what is being destroyed. That is what this demons, this demonic stuff want. They want all of that. And what I was explaining. And this has to do with the invasion, the insurrection at the border. That our government, which is not our government, by the way, that is based in Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. What part of the republic in the United States Constitution talks about that? If you can find that, let me know. Please hit me up on the social media or on my YouTube page if you can tell me where in the United States Constitution Washington D.C. has any say over us. You can come to my town, or if I'm ever in a town near you, I'll take you out to eat. You take me out to eat. If you can prove me wrong. But yeah. So that is just what I see in people. There's a lot of that. Some of them are just silent. Some of them don't even know it. It's that love, that hope, that dream that God gave us about this republic of ours. It's supposed to be a reality for us, and it's all there for us. Our inheritance is being stripped and taken away by our government, by these illegal immigrants, by the demons, and we all just keep continuing to work for them. We keep allowing our money to go to them, to fight against us, to use against us, to use against our children, our families, our principles. And it's that saying, wolves in sheep's clothing. Well, these are demons in human bodies, pretending to be humans, saying to you one thing and doing the exact opposite of the evil. They're in control of our government. The Illuminati, the global elites, the the lizard type people, the transhumans, the demons, they are controlling the brain psychological part of it all, of our children, with the social media, the phones, the technology. So that's why we got to get these phones out of people's hands as well, and get back to relationship, building your family and your principles, and just building that community. Like where I grew up, I love my town. Growing up, man, no matter where you went, you knew somebody. And even if you guys didn't get along, like if there was an outsider that came in and tried to really do harm to them, you would stand up with that person. Like that's how this community used to be. And I loved it, man. I miss that. I miss our town. Unfortunately, it's just so corrupt all over the place. Draining the swamp means locally as well. And so we really do have to focus locally. That's where I've been focusing recently, but I did go on the truckers convoy. I've been talking to people around my county, my city, my town, and the silent majority needs to really just stop being silent. It's time, y'all. I know there's this doomsday. Oh, this is it, or we'll never do it again. Blah blah. It's been going on for a long, long, long time. Even Y2K and everything. But something tells me if we don't do the right thing this time around, stand up and hold people accountable, get rid of these demons, turn to God, turn our spirituality to God, and just to our community and our brothers and our sisters, our republic, do what's right. Then yeah, I think we're done for. I think humanity will deserve what it gets, or it'll earn what it gets, and then you'll reap what you sow. You reap what you don't sacrifice. And what are you willing to sacrifice in this moment, in this time in history? And it doesn't mean you have to go run off to a truck convoy or go to whatever. It just means, is that job really? I know it pays your bills, puts food on your table, but if you were to be taken out today, would that job look after you or your family, or give you a funeral, cry at your grave, or will that family member that you took the time away from slaving for that corporation or that job or that whatever? I know we need money, but don't allow it to be the controlling part of your life. Allow the spirit to control, Live in the spirit. Live in the moment. Live, like, enjoy your family, your friends, your community, your brothers, your sisters. It's really not hard to be kind to people, and not be such a. I know people are so angry anymore. But it was good to see good, kind-hearted people on this trip, man. And I talk to them in my communities every day. People I've known my whole life. They're just good people, man. There's great people out there. People I stand tall with here locally in my own county, man. There's just so many good people around, and they're fighting so hard. They're sacrificing and then they're also taking care of their families too, man. It's the women. I got to give it credit, man. The women have been carrying this for so long, and you know what? They're ready to go back to being homemakers. They're ready to go back to being what God created them to be, homemakers. That's no derogatory thing. That's actually a badge of honor to be a mother and to raise a family and be that foundation that you're basically the heart and soul of your family, and the man is the leader. He's the head of the household, though. So, and that man also has to surrender to the Lord, though. There's a difference now, ladies, surrendering to the Lord, and surrendering to your man who's of the spirit of the Lord, than to submitting to a man who's being not in a good way. There's a difference. You never surrender that way. You don't allow anybody to do anything to you that you do not want done to you. You stand up for what you stand. However you need to protect yourself, you do that. I recommend carrying something to protect yourself with, not because you're a lady. I carry it everywhere I go as well. I mean, no, I don't. I mean, I have protection everywhere I go, whether my dog or whatever. Anyway, so it's okay to have something, because you just never know when other people might need help. It's not just about yourself, but it's about being a good Samaritan and being able to protect others. I don't carry just to protect myself. I carry to protect my community, my brothers and sisters, the everyday people who just want to enjoy life, take care. Like I said, they just want to be able to have enough to take care of their family, do fun things, live life. And that's what God meant for us all to live by. And it was taken over by this government, this corporation, this worldly view of material. You have to have this to be happy. And like, bro, who gives a rat's ass, man? Who cares? I'd rather, the greatest times in my life are been on teams, like sports teams, military. I'm on a team right now, the Patriot team. Like, we're on, all of us Patriots from all around the country, around our communities, our counties, all during this fight, during this war. Obviously it weeds out. It weeds out the weak. It weeds out the really, maybe the people who may believe it but just don't have the heart for it. It weeds those out, and it gets you the iron, the iron that you need to sharpen each other to keep, because this is a grind, man. It's not easy. I see the sacrifice these ladies make, and they also still go home and take care of their families. And I just want to tip my hat off to you. And actually, as a men, it's okay to give. You always honor God, and so but it's all right to have respect for the ladies and stand and clap for them for what they've done. And I salute you, ladies. But it's time that the men grab their nutsack. So now this is the toxic masculinity segment of the show. So if you do not, I know I'm a believer, so some believers don't really like swearing or different things, but I'm gonna be toxic, and I'm gonna be in as much toxic in the spirit as possible now. By the way, I'm not gonna just I won't go dropping the f bomb for, or I don't use the JC or GD word. That will it better not come out of my mouth. And if it does, I hope God would come and slap me in the face, give me a spanking, whoop my candy butt. But anyway, uh, but I got sidetracked with anyway. Um, yeah. Oh, man, toxic masculinity. Let's go, man. Here we go. So our job is to surrender the flesh, the ego, the pride, the tough guy routine, that tough guy attitude. Like, you know what? Surrender yourself to the Lord. And I've been through this, so I'm talking. I'm giving you my experience basically right now. And I've never really had an ego. I wasn't big. I was confident. I was more of a confident type of person, athlete. Athletically wise, I was definitely confident, but my confidence got destroyed a lot because I allowed it to. I didn't. Anyway, but it's it's okay to have confidence in yourself. Be confident in yourself. You should be confident in yourself because you can do so many things through what God has blessed you with in the spirit. And if we rely on that more, we really get out. It's about getting out of our own way, getting out of stop allowing the flesh and stop allowing this society, the TVs, the technology, the different things, the different look at me over here, why this is happening over here. Stop allowing that to distract you and really stay focused on that aspect. And you get what God does too is he sifts people in your life. They'll be there for a reason, whether they stay on your team or whether they are not supposed to be on your team. There's one or the other. They're not on your team or they aren't, is basically. And you see meet a lot of those people along the way, especially in the campaign trail, man. Like, but also you meet good people. There's some people on the campaign trail that I hope to God they'll be my sisters for life and brothers. I think there's some good dudes, but it was like I had a lot of female volunteers, a lot of wives, and I won't say their names because I never asked first. I didn't ask their permission before. I don't. I mean, I have a structure of the show, but I don't really go on and plan. I just use experiences. I've used what's going on. I see. I just I use what people are talking about and just talk about it. And because this is it. This is what everything's about. There's people. Let's see. I think it's what 3 or 4 o'clock. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't slept really in a few days, so my lack of time right now. I don't have my phone on me. People are probably picking their kids up at school, going to sports, whatever, taking them soccer field, baseball. It's not baseball yet, basketball. Actually, baseball started. Yeah, Little League anyway. Whatever sport they're going to after school, working all day. So that's why, you know, that's where the mothers, and the fathers can do it too. I'm not trying to like label, but the men are usually out. We're the hunters. We're supposed to be taking care of things, the food, putting food on the family's table, to make sure they have everything they need. And it does require being away from the family. That's why you have the mom there, because the mom's the nurturer. She's like I said, she's the heart and soul of that foundation. And what it is, they took away the toxic masculinity. They took away the alpha and omega, the spiritual aspect. They wanted not the ego aspect. There's a difference. And so they took the man out of the home. They took the toxic masculinity. They took the strength out of the man. And when you do that, it makes the family vulnerable. And so what's left is the women and the children. And it's that old saying, you get the men out of the way and the women and children are left to feed and to go after whatever evil demonic one person wants that certain family, they'll attack it. And so they all are together, and they demons ended up controlling the earth, and we allowed that to happen. So, but and a lot of people are on this page. They're waking up more and more. And I didn't say all now. I just said a lot. The ones I got to talk to, and I didn't get to talk to everybody. So some people weren't there with some of it, and that's okay. It's about this movement is adding people more and more. We just have to show grace and forgiveness, but also protect each other, protect the situation. There's infiltrators, there's people who want to come and destroy it, just like that truck convoy. There was infiltrators a couple times. They had to get people out there, out of there, and it's a great movement. I really pray for prosperity. I just pray for everybody there. It's they won't be able to go to the border, but they're in the mess. They're in the battlefield now, and yeah, and we're in the battlefield here in our communities and in our schools and in our homes, our family structure. I love seeing the marriages, man. We got I've been able to hear some political talk because I've been doing nothing but driving. So I know I'm stuttering a little bit. It's just trying to go so many places, and my mind's running so fast. I got to slow my mind down, slow myself down. So taking a moment. So forgive me. Um, you know, and I'm bringing it all back to what can I sacrifice in this moment? What can I do? And there's so many different areas of what you can do and sacrifice and where you can sacrifice. And whether that is, you're serving the country, you're serving your community as a police officer, sheriff, fireman, you know, uh, that's awesome. We got to have people to look after the home front, but we need people to stand with people who are willing to run for office in the primaries, like people like myself. And there's a certain constitutional party pack out there, but just research. I would stay away from nonprofits. I invest more in people. I would stay away from PACs even too. Forgive me. I think I just hypocritic myself, but I didn't mean to say PAC. Just constitutional people, like people who believe in the Constitution, your community, your neighbors, your community. That's where I would invest if I had to invest money, not in a candidate, not in a party, not in an organization, but people, a community, each other. And it's that doesn't have to mean money now, but resources. If you want to build a community farm and share and trade with people, or you need people out there to run for office, to take down the corruption, to you know people who are just trying to make a difference, and because we can't do it by ourselves, man. They pick us off. They pick us easy. We're easily picked off, or even as a small handful. We need more, And but I just want to thank you all. Thank the women out there. Thank the men, the few men that are stepping up, man. Thank you guys. Thank you, those God fearing, those constitutional republic loving, natural, sovereign, born citizens of God who are blessed to be on this constitutional republic. Thank you for everybody for what you're doing. The ones even taking care of your family, out there working, paying the taxes so illegal immigrants can come across the border and steal your inheritance. Thank you for all you that are doing that. I really appreciate you guys. Um, but so yeah, all that you're working for is going to be taken away from your kids and your family and yourself. So continue to do the same thing over and over and expect different results. Albert Einstein, by the way, and you'll just continue in this cycle. But stand up, stand on principles, take care of your family, stand with your family, stay together. Don't allow that ego. Don't allow that pride. Don't allow that. Well, I didn't get a trophy. Uh, I should have got a trophy for participating. No, shove that all that stuff up everybody's candy butt. The entitlement needs to go. The deservement needs to go. You're given things by God. Now, the rest of the time you can earn things by what you do, your works. Now, you can store treasures here in heaven, or you can store treasures on earth, or you can store them in heaven. And you can't take them with you from the earth, but they'll dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever with you in heaven. So, but God will bless people here on earth as well, so we can do good things. We just have to stop making dumb decisions. We have to start being men again. Make men great again. Let's go. Men, we need to make men great again. That way, because even now, this isn't for the women are definitely not. We need to make women great again. Let's just say it. I'll be hesitant. I don't know. I was hesitating. I can't. No woman here's to slap me. I'm just kidding. Um, but really, we need to just make everything great again, and that just starts with us. Starts with our hearts. Starts with our mindset and our hearts. Being grateful, gratitude, just thankful, appreciative of what we have. That's all I can say. That's all, and that's just there's a lot of those people on this trucker convoy. But anyway, so I can get to some news. So that's where this whole situation is going in society, is the culture and the Taylor Swifts, all that distraction, the Super Bowl, and I'm a football fan. I'm a season ticket holder, so I'm talking to myself too. I stopped watching football, but wanted to watch Brady's last season, so I did. Got like an idiot. I need a distraction. I'll be honest. The mental grind is tiring. You can't always allow this to consume your mind because I'm human, and so I do like the distraction. I was an athlete my whole life, and it's a nice escape. But the sports was taken over by the same crap you're fighting, so it was like never even escaping. And to see your sports sell out and take a knee, and be bitches and punks, and not stand on principle and be a man. It sucked. And yeah, so I still watch it, but it's all a distraction. It's all from what's really going on, man. The evil's out there. It's sick. You got to break out that old video. Hide your wife, hide your kids. That guy, bring that guy back out. Just keep playing that over and over right now. Um, if we don't step up for for whatever part, and play your part in a candidate or just your community, we're going to be done. And so, yeah, that's just my 2 cents. That's just what I've been experiencing and seeing over the last few days, and just overall in general, last few years in this fight. And I've enjoyed being part of it. I'm very grateful and appreciative. I give God, honestly, God, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. You got, He gets all the glory and honor. I wouldn't be here right now probably if it wasn't for Him, because He's given me the strength. He's given me the great patriots that I have a foundation and principle with. Um, he's revealed so much to me. Some jabroni like me, man. I'm born and raised in Pasco County, Florida. Well, Pasco and Pinellas, because I was born in Meese Hospital, Dunedin, because they didn't have a hospital in Newport Richey when I was born. So what they did is take us down to Dunedin Meese Hospital, and we're born down there, staying in however long until we get released from the hospital, come home. So we'll just say born and raised in Florida then for the critics out there. And but yeah, that's just then that's just me. Anyway, so yeah, so for God to use me in this time, He'll use you too. And I still screw up along the way. I mean, I'm a jabron, like I said. But I'm so grateful for what that I surrendered myself to Him to be part of this. You know, Lord willing, I do have a wife and children one day. I get to be able, if they ask me if what I did during this time to help keep humanity alive, I'll be able to say, yeah, I did. God allowed me to have a small part in it, and I'm grateful for that small part. As since Hollywood, I was an actor, a lot of small parts, and I don't mean penises, y'all. Get you perverts. I meant small parts in films, TV shows, whatever. Yeah, because I wasn't willing to sell my soul for the big stuff. Yeah, I did screw up. Not saying it doesn't happen, but my soul was never for sale. My soul was never for sale. I keep forgetting not to look at the camera. I was in an industry where you never looked at the camera, so. Oh man. I just really pray for y'all out there. I know things will work out for you. I know you're struggling, you're fighting, you're surviving. Keep it up. Keep it up. You're doing well. I'm proud of you guys. But be proud of yourselves as well. And I don't mean ego proud, just proud that you're doing what you're believing God put in your spirit to do. And it's tough to do, especially in this time. So really be proud of yourself and take care of those precious family of yours, your wife and children. Open doors for people, men. Get up off your butt if you see women standing. If you're sitting in a chair and there's no chairs available and a woman's standing, you better get your butt up out of that chair and allow that woman or older man who might be crippled to sit down. If you're fully capable of standing, you should be standing. Don't be, I'm too tired. Do you know what? Man up, dude. Man up, bro. Walk street side. Do not allow a woman to walk on the street side ever. Your job is to look after the woman. And the reason why they did it was so they don't get wet when it rains. But you're supposed to walk street side. Be a man, man. Start stepping up, bros. Grab the nutsack, take the balls back from the wife, your girlfriend, whoever's got them, and man up. And I'm talking the men. I'm not talking about the GOP. Those guys are a bunch of ballless, spineless cowards, bro. Oh, you got to vote Republican. You vote red, man. Vote red. Woo! Because they'll save the world. Dude, they're all in it on together. The communists, the evil, they're all in it together. Get the mindset of the parties out of your mind, too. You got to get rid of that. You got to elect people. You got to elect the right people. Like, for me, President Trump. No question. Unless God told me something else. And then myself, yes, I would vote for myself. And there's other people like in Hillsborough County. Back when I ran, which I never conceded the race, by the way, I think it's still contested. But of course, the guy I'm running against, Brian Corley, will never allow the cast vote records to happen. So I will not comment on the race, but who I met along the way, like Ali Legg, man. Like she was cool. People like that, we got to put people who are willing to stand on principles. And there's people that are principled that don't want to run for office that'll help you run a campaign or just want to help out. They're just volunteers, man. It's not even they're not looking to have a title. They're just about wanting to do the good fight, man. It, there's so many good people out there. We just got to come together somehow. And some people might want a certain area, but the real foundation, the real principles, I believe, is our Judeo-Christian principles: God versus the devil, good versus evil, and that can mean protecting your family, the children, this republic, um, your community, your protect the vulnerable, the weak. That's our job as men. And there's a lot of areas where we need men to step up and protect. And, whether it's staying in your home, protecting your family, and fighting the good fight, voting in the primaries. That's where we got to take it back, guys. The primaries, man. We got to stop allowing these rhinos and these establishment to just win the primary, man. Gus Bilirakis spent, well, I mean, I know so many people are on his cock for whatever reason. That guy's like Joe Biden. No offense. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. But nice guy, whatever. Uh, we just gotta stop allowing the system to control and run everything, man. For real. And that takes uniting the right people together. And yeah, we're gonna disagree, and so it makes it hard because you don't trust those people. Anybody that would allow any soldier to take a bioweapon or allow any human being, child to be masked or anybody be allowed to be told what to do against their will and their rights and get away with it, yeah, you should have a problem with that. And it's that simple. And it should be consistent across the board, no matter who's doing it or what's doing it. And if a party is going against the people who are trying to do good, and you bash the people who are trying to do good, and give all the money to the people that are not standing up for you, just taking your money, then you get what you just earn. You get what you put in. You get what you vote for, don't vote for these selections. And it's up to you, y'all. It really is. What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to do to help save our republic, to help save your family, your bloodline, your children's future, your children's children's future, your bloodline? What are you willing to save? What are you willing to sacrifice? And your bloodline is God's bloodline, whether you want it or not. It's Jesus' bloodline. It's Noah. It's Adam. It's Abraham. Jacob. Jesus. So, yeah. A lot of this is just a show. Keep focused on the Federal Reserve. I would start. So, if I were you, now I'm just playing hypothetically, I would invest in precious metals, things that have lasted longer than the dollar, like gold, silver. Gold and silver has been around for 2,000 years. Um, Other countries are investing in gold stock. I mean, they're buying a lot of gold. Precious metals, land, if you can, property, things of value, art, sports memorabilia. Um, physical assets, maybe a car. I mean, to me, cards devalue though. So I try to invest in things that hold value, either that will hold value or obviously that's the least. As long as I invest in anything that at least holds what I put into it, that's fine. That's where I at least want to be. But in those things, you put invest in things that will maybe possibly gain value. So, but anyway, I just wanted to check in with you guys. Lord willing, I'll maybe be on with Rory later. Continue the great fight. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Uh, actually, let's go over Royal Rumble real quick. Wrestling fans. So we just had the Royal here in my hometown of Tampa, St. Pete, Florida. So I get to watch Rumble with my brothers. The Four Horsemen. I don't want to say their names. I didn't ask for permission to say their names. So, but we all get together and watch it. We all thought it was boring. Predicted outcomes, no really big surprises other than Naomi on the female side. The women's Royal Rumble was probably the best one, but it was nothing big. CM Punk's done. Won't be there for WrestleMania. Torn triceps. A lot of sex scandal with Vince McMahon, human trafficking. So see, human trafficking. Let's go. Let's just stick with human trafficking. Basically, the child trafficking, human trafficking, is part of this whole system, and it's in everything. So don't think hardly anything will get away without whoever's been doing the trafficking is going to be caught. Has been caught. I believe when President Trump was giving the inauguration speech in 2017, when he said the power came back to the people, to we the people, he restored the republic, the Constitution back to we the people. The military turned around and walked away. I believe he gave the power back to the military. So this is a big military operation going on. So a lot of distraction. But anyway, so a lot of parts of the whole corrupt, evil system will be exposed because of human trafficking. There's a lot of trafficking, a lot of sex trafficking for young minors. Anyway, so the WWE got hit with this, Vince McMahon and people. You can read the indictment for yourself, actually. So just go there. I don't want to really go too much more into it, but read up for yourself. But anyway, the Royal Rumble was awful. I hope a lot of people will be taken out for WrestleMania, so they got to make some changes. I believe it's Cody versus Roman Reigns. Is trying to make it him and Cody, saying it's a dusty belt. So we'll see what they do for WrestleMania. They'll probably do maybe The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Maybe Gunther versus Seth Rollins. Cody. I don't know. Cody's got to maybe actually it would be Cody, Seth Rollins, because Cody's got to finish the story. But and then Super Bowl coming up. Chiefs are the underdogs by 2.5. Don't count them out. Who knows what happens there? I guess I'm pulling for the 49ers because the Niners haven't won in a long time. Chiefs have been there. I like the Niners as a kid, Joe Montana and that whole Niner era. So good, I hope that I'm not a fan of the politics, the thought process there in that town, but I'm not going to blame the team on them. But good luck to the Niners. I hope they win. But anyway, God bless you all. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.